greater spotlight on some of the details that you have to be good at, that Caitlin could cover up with her incredible skill, her range, the way she creates space.
She remained silent. No warning, no press release, no tweet. Caitlin Clark entered the exclusive Nike studio with just one companion, Sophie Cunningham. Not her agent, not her coach, and not even her parents.
What the W really is, you know what I mean? And like, I get it to it a certain extent, and like every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're going to treat them. But there's just more for her.
Furthermore, what followed was not merely historic. It was really personal, intense, and totally unheard of in basketball history. Without flinching, a newbie gives a portion of her $25 million empire on camera. Additionally, the WNBA will never be the same. If you're witnessing the ascent of a queen who plays chess while everyone else is still stuck on checkers, you might enjoy this video. Caitlin Clark isn't only altering the league, so hit subscribe. The rules of power are being rewritten by her. Since Iowa, Nike had been keeping an eye on Caitlin Clark.
In your career, you got to match up against other Nike hoopers. Do you have a favorite matchup?
You're gonna get me in trouble. Honestly, like, I'll just say D, because she's such an icon in our sport and has been in the game for so long. You know, getting to share the court with her was pretty fun, and you just see her competitive spirit, even though you're not on her team. Like, you can just
resources Nike puts behind Caitlin Clark now that we're going to start getting some of her merchandise coming out, and fans are indeed excited. I miss my GOAT playing. Gonna go ham on this commercial. I thought it was a nice commercial myself. Where is her own shoe? We're waiting on that. We are waiting on that. Wow. Y'all must have a fever or something. Oh, what a great double play on words. What a great double on.
You must so compete against other Nike hoopers throughout your career. What is your favorite matchup? I'll go into problems because of you. Since she has been playing for so long and is such an icon in our sport, I'll just say that. It was enjoyable to share the court with her, you know. And despite not being on her squad, you can still see her passion of competition. Now that some of Caitlin Clark's goods will be available, you can sense how much Nike is investing in her, and her fans are definitely thrilled. This commercial makes me miss my GOAT playing going to go ham. Personally, I felt that was a good commercial. Her own shoe is missing. That is what we are awaiting. We're awaiting that. Whoa. You guys must be sick with a fever or something. What a fantastic use of double meaning. A wonderful double unpandra.
Clark is not available, and yet probably
one that doesn't include 10 other people. All right, now let's go show you something else. So the shoe goes on sale today, or was it today? It sold out in minutes. And I want to show you something right here. Just so you can, just a reminder, so you remember who the cash cow is, who the box office attraction is. You got to remember this. So remember, if you're not familiar, they have something called GOAT. GOAT is a secondhand market for sneakers. And this is their website. And if you see the shoes on here, it's right here. Caitlin Clark.
When Kate was hurt, and our offense was clicking, but now we have to have a new offense when she's in there because she just brings that much to the game, and so we have to adjust. And I think all of us just want it now. We know what the potential of this team can be, but we can't think about that. You really have to take day to day, and stuff that worked here, we need to carry it over to tomorrow's game. We have a lot of games coming up, and I think like 7 days or whatnot, and so it's mentally making sure that we're good.
Commercial since she's entered the WNBA. I know she's made a cameo here, she's made a cameo there, she was featured as part of this rollout here, featured as part of this rollout there, but is this our first official Caitlin Clark solo commercial since she has joined the WNBA? And as well, WNBA ratings from this past week in non-Caitlin Clark games on NBA been
Nike situation. Now we know Caitlin Clark got some shoes that is set to be released tomorrow. That is a PE Kobe Bryant shoe, bruh. Yes, Caitlin Clark got her own signature PEs with Kobe Bryant and Nike. Now, one thing about it is there's another shoe that is set to be released in October.
The boardroom shifted after she scored 40 points on national television. NBA teams accepted the offer when she filled gaps on their roster. Additionally, she inked the biggest contract for a WNBA player at $25 million. Nike believed it was finished. Caitlyn would become the sole icon, the face, and the billboard. However, Caitlyn had other ideas because she knew she couldn't create her legacy by herself. A confidential call was made by Caitlyn 1 week prior to the launch of the Nike campaign. She requested a single golden box with a personalized design from Nike. It contained a prototype sneaker, a white and gold legacy stitched on the tongue, and initials of Sophie Cunningham as well as her own. Nike paused. Signing arrangements don't operate that way. However, Caitlyn was unconcerned. "I didn't get here alone, and I won't stay here alone," she informed them. Thus, they agreed. And as the cameras were rolling and the lights were flashing on the day of the shoot, Caitlyn turned to Sophie, opened the box, and uttered the words, "This is ours." She made Sophie the center of attention. That had never been done by a WNBA player. She isn't the most well-known. She is among the hardest, but she isn't the loudest. For years, Sophie has been thriving in this league. She has been the target of insults, fouls, and attacks.
You talk to Sophie Cunningham, she'll say, I'm trying to wrap her up, but I do think that's what she was intending. She got her hands up there. It was a flagrant foul, but all of this is stemming from what we saw earlier.
Additionally, Caitlyn Clark was harassed, jeered, and fired upon entering the league. Sophie supported her. When veterans refused to support her, she stood by her. When it was unsafe, she spoke up. She was penalized for keeping Caitlyn safe. Caitlyn never forgot that either. One time, Caitlyn said, "She didn't have to fight for me. However, she did. And I want that person by my side." It was more than just a present, that golden box. It was an acknowledgement. Within a few hours, the footage was leaked. Social media took off. One emoji was posted by A.A. Wilson. On the air was Angel Reese. She actually did that in the room with the fever locker. Tears followed by silence. The players weren't angry. They were motivated. She didn't simply grab the bag. She shared it, according to one coworker. Who does that? Caitlyn didn't merely sign a deal. A message was sent by her. Power, loyalty, and respect are all shared. In the background, Nike is already changing. The legacy line is something they have endorsed. Caitlyn gets to highlight one player each year. Not a friend or teammate, but someone who merited it. A box, a reveal, and a collaboration every year. There is no brand deal here. A dynasty is being established in real time. This type of power circle has never existed in the WNBA. Caitlyn Clark recently made one. The first name that is inscribed in gold is Sophie. This league is challenging. Rookies are pushed. Rivalries rage. Supporters jeer. Media skepticism. However, Caitlyn Clark's recent actions serve as a reminder of something more profound. You defend those who defend you. As you climb, you also raise others. These days, the WNBA is more than simply points. Impact is the key. And Caitlyn Clark demonstrated that she is not only the league's face, but also its center with a single gesture and box. If you're watching, keep in mind that excellence comes from giving rather than receiving. Please like, subscribe, and leave a comment letting us know who Caitlyn should choose for the upcoming Golden Box. Because this is only the beginning of the story.